Afrika.
On my kicker tonight, Kenyans deserve a break from the sheer hypocrisy witnessed in Parliament in the last few days. Playing the visitor in Jerusalem, members of Parliament, including senators and the Speaker of the National Assembly, Justin Muturi, stood out like award-winning actors as they expressed their supposed outrage over the sharp rise in fuel prices announced early in the week. It was something of an expert play by politicians who know and live by two deficiencies that characterize Kenya's national discourse. The first one is mass amnesia, be it real or perceived. And the second one is the perpetual absence of consequences for actions committed by politicians or government. On amnesia, our politicians thrive in the comfort of what seems to be a persistent and collective memory loss, an inability or lack of willingness not to forget things on the part of Kenyans. Take the example of the fuel prices. Politicians will not mention the fact that the original sin was committed in the National Assembly on the 20th of September 2018, when the then Majority Leader Adan Duale and Minority Leader John Mbadi teamed up to force through Parliament a proposal by President Uhuru Kenyatta to impose an 8% VAT on petroleum products. Members of Parliament and the Speaker of the National Assembly all dodged the details of that infamous session, even as they lull Kenyans with that talk of reviewing the Finance Act to reduce fuel prices. On account of perceived forgetfulness of Kenyans, the same politicians will play saints and present themselves as saviors. Then comes the second deficiency, the absence of consequences for political or governance decisions. For one of Africa's leading economies, Kenyan politics should by now be a space of consequences, especially on issues relating to the economy. But there have been no consequences, and I bet there will be none on this fuel prices situation. I would even bet that all the noise about the state of the economy, economic models, will not even last the full stretch of the campaign season ahead of the 2022 election. And that brings a lot of comfort to politicians who will expertly play their way around our politics of no consequence. Whether it's fuel prices or electricity prices, sugarcane or maize farming, coffee or tea prices, or even a market for milk or eggs, the regular Kenyan politician knows that Kenya is the home of no consequence. Let me finish with a little story about onions. Yes, that bulbous vegetable. In India, onions not only cause tears to flow when one is cutting it, onions actually make politicians to cry. In 1980, the late Indira Gandhi won elections and became Prime Minister of India because of onions. Gandhi used the rising prices of onions to paint the government of Prime Minister Charan Singh as uncaring of the ordinary people. The onion and Gandhi won the elections. But that was India, and those were onions. Back to Kenya now. Full tank, please. That is my kicker.